Hi, this is Raja. Welcome to my YouTube video. In this video, I'm going to show a different type of decrease knitting, and a couple times also will be some increase too, like this part where you see these holes. These are called eyelets. I'm making a shawl. It's my new design. I haven't completed yet. It's a very big shawl with a narrow edge here. It's a triangular shawl, and I knit it with Noro yarn. It has silk, wool, nylon, and cotton. So I don't have a whole lot to go. So I think this will be a good time to show you how to do decrease and so forth. So I have here my right side, and I'm working with garter edge stitch. These two stitch knit every row, and then this part here is decrease done by slip knit pass over, and I'll show you how to do that. So this type of decrease make the stitch slanted toward the left side, as you can see here, right here, slanted toward the left side. So I'm gonna knit 2 stitches on the edge, garter stitch is good when you want to have the edge that will not roll, and that keep it from rolling like that. So I got my 2 stitches. Now I'm going to do my decrease. This one is slip, knit, and then pass over. So you do that by slip, knit wise, not like this, but like this. Slip, knit wise, and then you're gonna knit the next stitch as usual. Knit, and then after you got that done, you're gonna bring your left needle and insert it into that slip stitch, and hold the yarn gently with this right hand so your stitch will stay, and then slowly slip that stitch over the stitch that you just knit, and you have 1 decrease stitch. This is called slip, knit, pass over. And I want to show you another way to do this decrease, which it's the same, it's just a different technique, but the result is the same. So I will take this out apart and show you another way. So I'll go back to my original. Some people prefer to do the slip knit instead of slip knit pass over, but it will be the same. So you do slip, slip, slip both stitch knitwise, and then you use this left needle and you insert that needle between insert the needle right through those 2 stitches you just slip, and then you're gonna knit, wrap it, and knit. You see we have the same end result here. Decrease 1 stitch and it slanted to the left. So I'm continue. That's actually 2 lessons on decrease knitting already. So I'm gonna continue knitting my shawl toward my center. My shawl is really big, so sometimes it's gonna pull it down. So just keep knitting. I hope you can see okay. I try to set my camera up really close. And today is very foggy outside too, so it's not really bright. I had to go see my eye doctor today, and I drove down the hill, and the fog was pretty much disappeared. But when I get back home, it has to go up the hill, and suddenly the fog started to get thicker and thicker, and then the truck in front of me just stopped because there was a deer in front of him, and luckily he didn't hit him. So actually I talk a lot, and then I just missed my turn. So I knit toward my center, and this is where I have to do my decrease. And this time I'm going to decrease 2 stitches. So I do that. I want to have my stitch here slanted to the left also, so I do this by slip my first stitch, and I knit 2 together because I want to decrease 2 stitches this time. So I knit 2 together, and then I'll pass over my slip stitch like so. And now I want to make an eyelet here, so I'm gonna bring this yarn toward the front or yarn over, and then I'm going to knit my next 2 center stitches. The reason why I have to decrease 2 stitches here, because I increase a stitch here, so I want to make it even. And normally if I don't want to make an eyelet here, I have to only do decrease 1 stitch. But because I want the look of eyelet, and that causing me to increase 1 stitch, so I have to decrease it so that it balances it out. I don't know if you understand. Okay, now the next part, but I hope you do though. The next part, I will do the same thing, but this time I have to do eyelet first before decrease 2 stitches. So I bring yarn over, and then I'm going to decrease 2 stitches. How am I going to do that to have my slanted to the right? So I have to knit all these 3 stitches together. Knit 3 together. And then I left with 1 stitch. So that means we decrease 2 stitches. Now I'm going to knit all the way to the other side. Anyway, that deer was okay. No one injured. There's a lot of wild animal here. The other day my husband saw a mother raccoon and 3 baby raccoon crossing the street while he's driving back home. It was funny, I think. So I'm knitted all the way to the last 4 stitches. You have to expand this video to be able to see closer and bigger picture. So knit until you come to the last 4 stitches, and I need to decrease these 2 before the garter edges. So I'm going to, this time I want it slanted to the right. So this is very common. Knit 2 together is very common decrease knitting that everybody use. So knit 2 together will make the stitch slanted toward the right. This is what I had previously, as you can see. That knit stitch pop up, and then the last 2 stitch is my edge, and it's garter stitch, so that means I have to knit them. Now I complete my right side row. I'm going to turn. Because I have to decrease every row, so I'm just looking for the way to do it so that the stitch look the same on this side. So on this side, the wrong side, I knit my 2 edges stitches, 2, and then I'm going to, in order to make it look like this, I need to do purl 2 together. So purl 2 together is another way of decrease. And when you look at the right side, it will look exactly like the slip, knit, and pass over stitches along here. And I did my decrease, so I'm gonna knit. I'm gonna purl. Purl. Purl until I reach my, now I don't have to worry about my center. Actually, on the wrong side, I don't have to do anything at the center. Just purl all the way to the last 4 stitches. My little kitty just came to visit me. He opened the door and he just left. So I'm gonna do 2 example on the, example of both sides, the right side and the wrong side, just to show you, how I do it. And I'm gonna do another version of the shawl from beginning to the end. So if you want to learn how to knit this shawl, you just have to wait until I finish. I'm still thinking about what kind of edging I'm gonna put it, and right now I haven't picked out yet. So I just have my shawl body working out, and now I am at the last 4 stitches on this side, and in order to make it match these stitches, I had to figure it out several times, and finally I got it. So first I have to slip knitwise, slip 2 stitches knitwise at different time, and then I'll put this stitch back, bring this needle through these loops and slip it off. And I have to bring my right needle through the back See, when you turn it, you see this stitch here? I have to purl it back on the back side like that, and then purl. It looked a little bit complicated, but once you get a hang to it, you'll be okay. So I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna put this back to where it was at the beginning, or where they were at the beginning. So slip the first knitwise, slip the second knitwise, bring this needle through these two loops and slip it, and then you're gonna insert the needle through this second loop right there and through that loop. So look on the back. I can do it through the front because I'm used to it, so I think you can do it too. Get this right needle and put it right in between that the second stitch, and then bring it through that first stitch, and then you wrap the yarn and then just purl it. It's called purl through the back loop, but this is a little bit different than normal decrease. You probably won't see this a lot. This is just because I want this to slant the same way. That's why I have to do that. The last two stitches I just knit, sorry. Now let's take a look on the right side. See if it look the same. Oh, see, it looked the same. Slanted toward the left. So this is how I did my decrease on my shawl, and this is how the shawl looked like. It has a similar effect to a miter knit, miter coaster that I did, and it's quite pretty. I think it's gonna be quite a project at the end. So we'll see you next video. Thanks for watching.